Hello there, and welcome to Fortnight Save the World. I'm Salty Gamer Manboy, and in this video we are continuing to go through the collection book, and we are on power-based Knox. So we just got through reviewing in our last video controller Harper. Now we're on power-based Knox. I don't have the gold one. There's a few gold ones that I don't have, but I still have power-based Knox to show. So eventually I'll get the gold one. You just have to, you know, play your cards right, or fates have to shine down upon you. But anyway, we have an epic one, and that should be good enough for this test anyway. So let's go ahead and look at him. Okay, so at level 1 we have creative engineering, increased build speed by 10%, reduced building costs by 10%. Okay, still at level 1 we have kinetic overload, cooldown at 0.25 seconds, damage 17,175.7 energy damage. Damage type is considered plasma as well as energy. Critical hits with hardware melee weapons trigger a kinetic overload, dealing additional damage and knockback to the target. So if they're beaten on the walls, they're going to take damage and get a knockback. At level 2, we have on his ability bar his base. Like all constructors, they're going to have a base. Let's see, it says cooldown 100 energy, or cost 100 energy, cooldown 4 seconds. The base acronym alters the matter of kinetic building pieces, or connected building pieces. It alters the matter of connected building pieces. Okay, affected walls do energy damage to any enemy that strikes the wall with a melee attack. The attack structures gain 18% damage resistance, extends 7 segments from placement. Only one base can be active at a time. Power manipulation structures attached to base regenerate health, does not stack with power manipulation tactical perk. Okay, so if you have a tactical perk for power manipulation, it's not going to work with that. So don't even put it on there. It's going to be useless. Okay. Manipulation, recycling. The base will generate resources periodically. Okay, so that's weird. I've never seen a base regenerate resources. Maybe, you know, if you're just out there hanging around your little fort there and you see some wood there, maybe that's what that's. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, I'll have my defenders out and they'll be shooting things, and I'll go off and I'll do, you know, whatever I need to do, harvest or whatever, and then I come back and there's little piles of where a husk was shot or something like that. You know, a little extra, you know, herbs or some kind of wood or stone or something like that. Sometimes the enemies drop a little bit of loot there. Okay, at level 5 we have safety protocols, increased damage resistance of structures within a base area by 6%. Okay, at level 8 we have automated defenses, increased base connectivity by 1 building piece. Okay, let's see, at level 10 on his ability bar we have the decoy. Cost 30 energy, cooldown 30 seconds, deploys a decoy that will distract a husk enemy within a 1.5 tile radius for 7 seconds. Okay, at level 12 we have power modulation. Structures attached to base regenerate 5% of their max health every 10 seconds. Does not stack with power modulation Tactical perk. Okay, so it's not going to stack on top of each other, but basically, it's if a wall is damaged, it's going to be healing itself. You know, like say the husk. You know, like you find a husk beating on the wall, you shoot them. You know, usually you have to go back and repair it if you want to have it have a little bit more structure. But if you have power-based Knox, it's going to regenerate its own power, is what it's saying here. So that's what that is. At level 15, Big Brother, increase space connectivity by 1 building piece. Okay, fully at 18, fully contained, increase the damage reflected by base by 50%. Okay, and let's see, at level 20 we have Plasma Pulse. Cost 40 energy, cooldown 45 seconds, damage 3,435.1 plasma energy damage. Deploys a device which emits exploding plasma pulses every 125 seconds for 6 seconds. Okay. At level 25 we have Mega Base. Increased base connectivity by 2 building pieces. This guy's going to have a lot of area to cover. A lot of area to cover. Really big base area to cover. This is all I could say. We'll see when we get into a match. Okay. And finally, at level 30, we have a recycling. For every 3 building pieces of the same material, base generates 1 of that resource type every 60 seconds. Level 2 buildings are worth 3 building pieces. Level 3 buildings are worth 6 pieces. The base cannot store a maximum of 450 for each resource. Okay, base can generate a maximum of 75 of each resource every 60 seconds. Increased interacted with base to collect. Okay, so that's cool. If your base is made of 3 different types of material, it's going to produce that. What I was saying earlier about the husks, if you know, like my defender shot them, you're not really going to know if that, unless you know, you're not going to really know if that pile was from, you know, your defender shooting them, or if the base is going to be. So I don't know where it's, you know. We'll have to look and see what that does. But that's pretty cool though. So you have, you know, if you have your base made of 3 different, like, you know, the wood, the stone, or the metal, it's going to produce that, and it'll probably put it in a little pile right next to the building or the structure of wherever it is. So if you see that, then that's what that is. You know, that's crazy. That's wild. Okay, let's read its description. It has a huge base with strong self-repairing walls and some limited resource regeneration or generation. Okay, so that's cool. He's going to be a really awesome one to use, and I've been using him for a little while too, so I know he's an awesome one, but you guys are going to find that out. Okay, so if you put him in the secondary slot, this is what he brings to the table. He has power modulation. Structures attached to base regenerate 5% of their max health every 10 seconds. Does not stack with the power module hero perk. Okay, so if your hero perk has a power modulation, it's not going to stack on top of it. Don't put him in the secondary slot if your primary hero has this. Hero perk requires construct your primary hero. Okay, so basically 1 power modulation per hero. So if your hero is a constructor and does not have the power modulation, use him. If he does have the power modulation, put someone else in there. Get another perk. Alright. Now, for his secondary, I have Mega Base Kyle. Okay, increases building construction speed by 24%. Support bonuses are applied to your primary hero when your hero is in your support slot. Okay, and then right here, since Power Base Knox has tactical, or yeah, a decoy stun. I put also on here another decoy. It's a decoy stun as well. He has decoys. See, he's got the decoy right there. So I put decoy stun on him for his third. When decoy is destroyed, or expires, it creates an explosion that deals an impact and stuns enemies for 1.5 seconds. Okay, so whenever Power Base Knox's decoy expires or is destroyed, it's going to have a blast. So, alright, I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm going to go into a lower level on a private match. That way we can see what exactly his base structure looks like. It will take a while to build, I mean, an actual structure that you guys can test, or you guys can see, to see his actual base. And I really wish they made it to where you can have your constructor at your home base and build a base and put this on. It won't put that on unless you're in an active zone. That's the only bad thing about having the you know, your base. It's not going to activate in, you know, unless you're doing a storm shield defense. You can't put your base on there to practice to see exactly what kind of build you can make out of that. So we have to go into an active zone in order for us to make that happen. So anyway, let's go ahead and go into an active zone, and then we'll see what exactly his base looks like.
Gather storm intel, Commander. Let's launch that van.
Fill her up if you'd be so kind. I need to get back up in those clouds.
We're headed your way. Make sure to collect any blue glow you see.
Okay, let's see here.
Stand by for an important weather alert.
Let me find some flat land here. Okay, so we'll do a 3, because that's what your basic, you know, all the other structures are going to be. Let's go ahead and put one more right here, one more row down here. Just for now, try it that way. Let's look at it here though. So it's in direct center of the Okay, I think that should be good. Okay guys, so that is a 3 by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 by 5. That is plenty enough structure. And then also look down here. You have one extra tile down on the bottom. I don't know why it does that, but it does that. It's gonna have one on each side. So you got 3 by 5 all the way up, and then you got one extra down here on that side, one extra on this side here too, and one extra on here. But usually when you put down a floor trap or something like that, that strengthens the floor anyway. That just kind of gives it like a little extra perk on it. This is the reason why I didn't go into any other mission, and I didn't really want to be going into a high level mission here, showing you, being distracted by all these little husks and stuff like that. But still, even when I'm in a low level mission, if you see on the very top left, it dropped me down from a 116 to an 18. So that's kind of weird. I don't know what that deal is. Usually when I try to, you know, like if the mission says do 3 missions in, if the daily says do 3 missions in Stonewood or 3 missions in Plankerton, well, sometimes I will hop into a match with, you know, some of the lower guys, and it has me lower than them, and I'm like, whoa, what the heck? So cool. Let's see here. Let's wake them up. See if they can get to beating on the walls here. Come on, beat on the walls a little bit here. Okay. Okay, he's taking damage. Look at that. You saw that? He died. I healed the wall. I didn't do anything else to it. Okay, it's healing itself. Look at that. Okay, let's go back in here. That way they're not too distracted. Look at that. Okay. Are they taking any damage? It's healing itself. Look at that. Okay, he's almost down on that. He hasn't taken any damage yet. So, let's see, is there any other monster? I want to get just a normal husk beating on it. Come on. Come beat up on it. Okay, wow. It was strong enough to take him out with the one hit. He's no longer there. Now there's the bee dude, because they were both banging on the wall. So it does kill husks. That's another important thing to know. If you don't, like, say you know, say you've got a repair the shelter, it's only going to take maybe 2 stories at the most. Put down extra pieces like this. That way, even if you don't have traps on there, it will still, you know, they'll still beat on it, and they still have the possibility of taking damage. So by the time they get to you, they'll be weak, and that's kind of what you want. You want them to be weak. You want them to, see, he's already dead. Huh. Nope, he's not dead yet. Look at that, bam. Destroyed him. Okay. Okay, let's look at his
We've got a bonus in play.
Decoy. Nice. Flew him up, and then it made him dizzy afterwards. So. Then let's check out his little shock thing. He should have a shock thing. Nice. We got the husks there. Okay. He doesn't have bull rush, so. And the recharge on the dummy is actually it's fairly decent. Got about a 30-second recharge, and if it didn't kill him, it made him debilitated, dizzy. Okay, still waiting for the little shock thing. Okay, shock thing's back, and we have another dummy. So reload is not too bad. It's got a little bit of a reload time. get them used to that. See, they're at full health. Okay, well, it just made them dizzy. Wow, okay. Maybe that's glitched, I don't know. Alright, when I do a daily, for like level, you know, it says do 5 missions in Stonewood or do, you know, 5 missions in Plankerton. When I come down to Plankerton and I join a match, I'm the lowest level in there, even though I'm the highest one. I don't understand what that is. So, if anyone knows, please leave that in the comments below and let me know. I appreciate that. Thank you. Or maybe I'll find out what it is later on. Alright, so this is Power Base Knox. Definitely a good character, a really good constructor to get. So if you have people who build big bases and things like that, this guy is going to be awesome for that. He is, we'll have to test his base out compared to a mega base to see exactly how many tiles, but as you can see, you know, as you've seen in the video, it went 3 by 3 and then I went 5 up. So and then it had just a little bit of a hangover on the bottom portion of it. So more than enough to cover all that you would need, I suppose. Because I mean, if you're having to build a bigger base than 5 stories. Now I know I've actually seen a 4-story, 3-story, or 4-story before, because they put the objective down in a valley, and it was like 2 stories, and then you know, you were at the very top, so that, you know, where the monsters spawn in were right there on the edge of the cliff, so you had to build up higher. But anyway, that's the only reason I would see that you would need more than 5 stories, is for a structure like that. But anyway, definitely get him. He's a good character to have in your arsenal, and learn how to use him. And anyway, that's my review on him. He's good. He's definitely one of the best constructors that I've seen in the game so far. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.